Hi, this is Ingrid from Quiltessential Co in St. Albert, and we're doing our July block of the month, and it has been hot. It has been wonderful, so we need to go into the basement, find somewhere cool, and start sewing our block. And this is the block we're going to make this month, and it makes some very cool patterns when you put it into a quilt. So let's go cut. We're going to be cutting A and B into big squares. Be careful when you cut C, D, and E, because D happens to be a different width than the other two. So make sure that you cut this one at the proper width. And now let's go and sew. So as usual, take the one that I told you to mark and use your Y block and go in with your pen and make all those lines and then sew on those lines. And then we're going to cut these apart. So just point to point. And cut these on the diagonal. And you will end up with 4. So I'm going to have 4 of these. A and B, press the way I told you to. And then we're going to be putting them with our next piece. So get those all ready. You're going to sew your C and D and E together, and I pressed my seams open. Now we're going to cut them into a square, 2 squares. And I told you which size I need. So we're going to cut these into 2 squares, 1 and 2. And we're now going to cut these again and make them into triangles. Make sure you do what I've asked you in your instructions. Lay one like this and have the other one wrong sides up. Make sure we're cutting in the same direction as your instructions. You're going to be cutting these into triangles right across here. This one's right side up, this one's wrong side up. And cut straight across here. Now, when we put them together with our ABs, what you really want to make sure is that your point is going to your point here, and your long sides are going to your long sides nicely here. So point and long side lined up, and sew your 1/4 of an inch, and you're going to do that on all 4 of them. When you then put them together, to make your block, put them together the way I've shown you, and you'll make this amazing block. And so when you make it into a quilt, it makes cool designs. And I'm just going to show you quickly here on my handout. So here's your blocks put together as a quilt. So enjoy that. So summer's here, we're starting our mystery. Don't forget to sign up for that. It's going to be great fun, and I'll try and put a YouTube out on one of our processes for making that quilt too. And don't forget that we have July specials, so every week we have something special in the store to come and look at, and that's your opportunity to save a little bit of money and also come and get inspired. And if you found this video useful, please leave us a like or click subscribe for future content. And this has been Ingrid from Quiltessential Co. Thanks for sewing with me today, and we'll see you soon.